Okay, bro. Hi again. Today is 10th of August, I guess. 10th of August, or even 11th. I was wrong. It is 11th of August, 2025, and in this channel, you are watching me getting more and more fluent and confident in English with every single video. And recently I've realized that I really liked this experience of me recording these kinds of videos whilst doing other activity. And I now again experience this thing that I've just finished recording the video in French, and now as I'm speaking to you right now, I feel the voice in my head which is trying to traduire translate these words, these ideas, these thoughts in French. And eventually, as always, it is going to like go down and extinguish, and I will get to normal state when I just go back to my flow in English and just show my real personality. But this demands. It takes a little bit of time, so yeah, just bear with me in this case. What I'm doing right now, I'm driving my car, the exact same car in which I live, by the way, and I really like doing these videos, talking to you basically in other languages, in non-native languages at least, and I can talk about anything I want, and I'm making this commute, this activity which I'm doing, more enjoyable and more fast, because when I'm doing that, my perception of time kind of changes, and I feel like time goes faster, because it really does, for me at least. When today earlier in the morning I was recording a video, and when I was riding a bike, I did not even notice how I made a big lap around my field, and went to one place and turned around and went back, and it was really interesting to observe that how different we can change our perception of time whilst we're having a great conversation. As for the conversations, by the way, I really like talking, as you can see, and especially when it comes to English, when it comes to just people in general. I've realized that not only people can speak in one language. Like here I live in Russia, right? I'm surrounded by people who are speaking primarily in Russian only, and that's just how it goes in every Russian city, and it kind of can make me think that the entire world is speaking in Russian, and I kind of forget about how enormously big this actual real world is, this planet is. And that's why I really got serious on my language learning journey, and honestly I do it totally by myself. I don't need any help from anyone. All I do is just listen to native speakers on YouTube, exact same videos which I make right now, and eventually I became able to produce my own kind of thoughts, ideas, and record my own videos, and I really like this experience that I'm having right now. I'm feeling absolutely free. I can talk about whatever the hell I want. I can swear in Russian, in English. I don't swear in Russian, but I can use any kind of words that I want to use, and there is not going to be some crazy shit, but I just want to be real me, and I hope that I will succeed in this endeavor. That's an interesting word, endeavor. And I'm kind of like shocked with myself a little bit every single time that my brain extracts out some interesting word out of my deep like consciousness, out of my deep library of words, just like an old book with dust. Like it extracts it from the deep end of my brain, and it uses it, and it sounds pretty correct. Sometimes, of course. Sometimes it sounds like shit, and I understand that, but generally speaking, every single second of this practice is going to be tremendously useful and powerful for my future prospects, for my future abilities and skills. That actually learning English is one of the most important skills in the world, because every single part of the world is connected with each other in English, not Russian, not like Spanish, not even like Spanish, French. I mean, those languages are absolutely crazy and very, very beautiful to learn them, and they are fairly difficult to learn, and that's why I love learning them. That's why I actually learn them, because I want to challenge my brain. But I really want to be fluent in English primarily, because being fluent in English primarily, it has much more power, unfortunately, but it has. Other languages, I just learn them for I don't know even why I do learn that much languages, honestly speaking, because even though it doesn't sound cool, but probably because of that I want to show off and to sound cool when people like see me. Okay, when I can when I can say that I'm fluent in 5 languages, I can speak French, Spanish, Russian, English, and even Chinese. I'm desperately trying to get some validation from others. That's a disgusting thing to say and to realize, but most probably it is the case, at least for some part, in some ways, in some sense, because we all human species, we want sex, money, and validation, sex, money, status, and learning languages. Being fluent in other languages, it kind of shows that you are intelligent person, you are not a fool, you are capable of something, and eventually this like skill, this power, it can give you a tremendous opportunity to connect with more people, and eventually probably to get more of social validation, being able to attract more women, to flirt with more women in different languages, and to get more sex in future eventually. That's probably, yeah, that makes sense. That takes some place definitely in my way, but we should not be ashamed of that. Of course, this is not the only things that I care about when I'm learning languages. Of course, I want to be just eloquent, I want to be smart, and just be aware about different things, different cultures, and this is actually great to develop. This is definitely better to do something with my life, and then just be a degenerate, go to clubs and don't really learn anything. So yeah, since it's already I've kind of chosen, I chose this way. So yeah, I just gonna keep going with that. I just gotta stay committed to that path, and we will see. We will definitely see where will it lead me to. Where will I end up with these aspirations, these ambitions to become fluent in this many languages? I guess it's really tough, and it will take a few years of me, even like more, or 5 or even 10 years. But I'm 21 now. Imagine just how cool will I be if I keep learning languages for the next 10 years. And by the way, I always should be going to the gym, training consistently, eating clean. That's what I'm struggling hugely, suffering with this area, because I'm not really glad to see how I look. I'm not really satisfied with my physique. That's also a great motivator, because a man should, in my opinion, look great, like a Greek god. If he doesn't, he's something wrong with him. I mean, nothing crazy. You should not be literally like 6% body fat or anything. You just gotta be pretty decent. You definitely should not have a fucking beer stomach or something in your 30s, in your 40s. This is disgusting and absolutely unsexy at all. At least what I want to have is pretty decent muscle mass and pretty decent low body fat percentage. I mean, 10, 11, 12% body fat will be sick, would be nice and awesome. Maybe 15% even. It's going to be like enough. Oh, that was a car accident there. It was a pretty significant damage. The car was pretty significantly damaged. But anyway, I gotta be careful because I don't have another car. I gotta be paying more attention to the traffic situation, and just be careful anyway, because I don't want to end up in this position, in this like terrible car accident, because that's not what I need right now in this life, in this period of my life at least. And honestly, I don't really think that anyone would like to get in a car accident, because that's a really, really bad experience to have, I guess. I have never been in that. My father have only once been in a car crash, and it wasn't pretty significant, but the car was damaged. So yeah, that's it. Okay, there is the red sign of the traffic light. Yeah, that's how it's called, probably. And I'm sorry if you are bored. If you are bored with this video, you may consider not watching it. I will be fine, I guess. Believe me. So I'm really like not forcing anyone to watch it. Of course, nobody is able to force another people to watch their content, but I'm just primarily do it for myself, but not only for myself. I'm just doing it for other people, maybe to inspire some other people who are learning languages differently, in different ways, different manners. I just want to show you that is possible. There were times where I was completely unable to speak, to connect even 2-3 words in English, and look at me now. I've made a huge progress. Of course, the more I dig deep into this language, into this like all the concepts of like grammar, speaking, listening, reading. It gets more complicated. The more I learn, the more I discover to learn more. The more I know, the more I don't know. Something like that. But anyway, the greatest thing ever is that I don't stop, and I feel no desire to stop whatsoever, no reason to stop whatsoever, because damn, I really like how I manipulate words a little bit, but with a little bit more fluency. Of course, it's far for me to achieve native level speaking, because native guys have like thousands and thousands of hours of pure speaking, and I barely have a few hundred hours, probably even less, of pure speaking. I mean, this specific time where I just speak and speak and speak and speak, and probably it would be better for me to speak with someone, but I, at least since I don't have really that much of an opportunity to do that, I'm okay with making these videos. At least I gotta make a few hundreds. Can you imagine that? A few fucking hundreds of these videos, and only then I can consider myself to be eligible to see some progress. That's something complicated. And yeah, all we need is to keep these simple things, to keep going with these simple things, because one step at a time, when you go one step at a time, it gets relatively easy, relatively simple to follow this routine, and it becomes like a routine actually, and this is great. Yeah, so thank you for listening. Thank you that you are keep going with me right here, and I'm not going to say goodbye. I'm not ending this video yet. I want to keep going. I want to keep talking to you and keep developing myself. And I really like driving my car, even though sometimes I was thinking like I hate driving car, but actually no, it's not that terrible. Sometimes like it happens to get stuck in traffic jams. That's all right. Anyway, when you don't drive like very much, till the point when it starts to bore you, when you start feeling bored, then you're fine. You can absolutely drive here and there, and I like do that experience as well. So yeah, and whilst actively practicing my English, it's even better. That's even more useful and basically like great for me, and I really like it. Okay, there is another red light. Maybe you want to see this traffic situation here. There is traffic light. There is Russia. welcome to Russia, bro. This is real. 2025 August, and I'm recording this video right here, right now, just because I want to improve my English. Yep, that's it. And I've already mentioned it in my previous videos that I cannot even imagine how broad the variety of the potential viewers of this video can be. Like some random guys from India, from America, from like UK can see me and feel my words and maybe appreciate my efforts, because it takes some effort, believe me, to record. My throat hurts a little bit, and after that I've got to post this video on YouTube, to upload it. It uploads for like a half an hour of it takes some time and effort, so then I gotta make a thumbnail, even though I don't really give a shit about thumbnails. I just do what I want. That's the golden rule of the successful alpha male. Yeah, and I try to follow it as strictly as possible because I think that it's going to help me in the future. That's it. Basic as fuck, but it works. You should never sacrifice your life as a man. That's really important. You should never optimizing your life for a woman. You should not chasing women. You should not be chasing women. You should not be pedestalizing women and think that in this world there is some kind of unique woman that was born specifically for you. That is not the case at all, in my opinion, because in this world, even though we are pretty different people out there in the wild, in the world, I strongly believe that we are not that different in our primal instincts, and we can connect with many people. And I just think that I'm convinced that believing in the idea that there is some girl, oh, my car is getting overheating. That's terrible. I turned off the heater to basically make it a little bit easier for my car to cool down. I don't know this. My father taught me to use this feature, and it really works. Right? Eventually I will see the thermometer in my car will go down, but for now it's pretty damn high. My car is getting too hot. Sometimes that's annoying as fuck. But anyway, yeah, about girls, I'm sure that some pretty I think that we should not be thinking that there is a unique girls, specifically unique girls. You can find lots of girls in this world who will be fairly compatible with you, and if you are thinking that this is the one, this is probably like a trap, and you should not be thinking about it this way. And I know it's easier said than done. But you gotta be vigilant for that, and don't try to let yourself end up in this position, because it sucks. Believe me, I was experiencing that with a girl. This thing is called one-itis, if I'm not mistaken. I don't know, it's such a strange word, but it's kind of like a term for this thing. Okay, how much? 23 minutes today. I think like my English is getting better, even though of course I cannot see the significant difference from day to day, from week to week. Probably from week to week I can, but it's more like a training in the gym. Of course I cannot see the difference when I'm lifting weights from day to day, because the progress is very slow. And I suppose that the progress in speaking, in my language acquisition, in my language learning, should be pretty much gradual as in the gym. So I don't expect fast results. I just gotta work and put in the effort, as I always do in my videos and in life in general. I want to be successful and a purposeful entrepreneur, a young male who is going to achieve great things in the future. Yeah, that's it. Hope you enjoyed this little video, this practice. It's not that little, honestly, but it means a lot to me, because my future skills will be built from these little bricks, and this video is a little brick that I put into my future castle of amazing polyglot skills and language learning skills, and specifically this one is in English, and I want to be improving it constantly and always and always. So yeah, brother, thank you for listening. Gotta keep going, keep enjoying this life. Enjoy it very, very much, and keep grinding. I'll see you in the next one. Goodbye, bro. Have a nice day.